What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Belle Collective, Season 7, Episode 1. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, y'all. What is going on? What's the tea? What's good? I'm here, and I hope that everybody else will be here too. Now, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know it's not all the time that I get on camera with glasses on and all of that other shit, because I'm just theatrical by just being Scotty. Like I'm extra any damn way. So I don't need no props or nothing like that. But I just want to make some abundantly clear right now before we even get started, because y'all know that we get started at the 5 minute mark. And we ain't gonna waste no time on no bullshit. But I got my shades on for a reason. I'm blocking out any negativity. So I'm just letting anybody know right now, please do not send me any goofy ass articles about nothing. Don't send me no goofy ass articles that's been written about me or anything like that. Don't send that shit to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that goofy ass bullshit stew of untruths. I don't give a fuck about none of that. And that's what I said, okay? And I stand on what the fuck I said. So don't send me that shit. Don't give a fuck. We moving on. We over here. We having positive vibes. My birthday was just yesterday. I'm still grieving over my friend. Nobody got time for none of that at all. So, and I won't be coming off my cherry out for a motherfucking thing or for anyone. Don't care. So don't send me that shit. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to see it. Don't send me that shit. Don't send me nothing. I don't care about it. Let me see. Shout out to my moderators, Harold, Norris, and Catherine. Shout out to you guys. Love you guys. Make sure you guys keep the chat intact tonight, okay? Because we're gonna have us a great live. But I just want to start it off with that because I've been getting, and I know people don't mean no harm when they send me stuff. They just want me to be in the know about what's being said, and that's absolutely fine. But I'm not finna be addressing shit, especially things that I ain't even got shit to do with. My name just being put in some shit that ain't got nothing to do with me. But of course, because they want to put my man name in it too and all this other shit. So ain't nobody got time for none of that. So don't send me none of that at all. I don't care. Don't send me that. We're all about positively. We're all about positive shit, not that shit. Like I done blocked all that shit out of my mind and all that stuff for a reason. I ain't been on that shit, none of this type of bullshit since Thanksgiving night, and I'm gonna stay that way. My energy has been positive, and we gonna keep it positive. So don't send me none of that goofy shit that's been put out there today. I don't give a fuck. Don't send it to me. Okay. Let me see. Take the Beyonce route. Absolutely. Okay. Right. Get somebody else to do it. Look, I'm just saying, like, I don't care about that bullshit. Like, don't be sending me that because I know what's up already. So I don't even need that. Um, Let me see. But we're gonna get this thing started at the 5 minute mark. And y'all know what to do. I think y'all should start lighting this chat up now as we speak because we're going into the 5 minute mark now. So we got 62 people up in here. I need my moderators to make sure that you get the people to engage because we got 66 people up in here so far. And I feel like if we got 66 people up in here, we need 66 people in the comments, talking about what we here to talk about. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's light this chat up right now because we're going into the 5 minute mark, and I already know how y'all feel about Belle Collective, especially when I'm talking about Belle Collective. Okay, so let's get these flames going. We're gonna start at the 6 minute mark because it took us a minute to get these flames up. So let's get these flames going. Let's get these flames going. I don't want to see anything in my chat but flames until we get to the 6 minute mark. So let's get into it. Let's get these flames up. That's what I'm saying. Yes, we got the flames coming up. We almost at 6 minutes. Almost at 6 minutes, y'all. Almost at 6 minutes. And thank you for the 4.99 super chat. I appreciate it. All right, y'all. We at the 6 minute mark. So let's go ahead and get into the review for Belle Collective, honey. Let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Should I keep my shades on or should I take them off? What y'all think? Should I keep my shades on or should I take them off? I need an answer for that before we even get started. Shades on or shades off? Which one? What y'all think? Okay. Like the shades. I see Parker Boy said keep them on. Keep the hater blockers on. Absolutely. Keep them on. Got you. We're going to keep them on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to go ahead and get into Belle Collective. Now, we already know that it starts off with Letitia, you know, the one that I can't stand, the one that I live to drag, the one that I live to read down, Letitia. So we're starting off with her. Now, she's preparing to film a pilot for a talk show that she's trying to put out there. Now, I don't know if she's trying to put out a talk show like on the lines of like a Tamron Hall or trying to do a talk show like a Jennifer Hudson or a Sherry Shepherd or something like that. I don't know what kind of talk show she wants to do, but she's trying to do a talk show. Now, let me tell y'all, as much as I don't like Letitia, let me tell y'all, I'm not here to take away nobody else's dream from them. If being a talk show host was a part of her life story and what she wanted to do, then I am here to let her know, girl, go ahead and do this damn talk show. Yeah, girl, I don't like your ass. I don't fuck with you like that at all. You know, I think that you're a clown. I think you're a fake. I think you're a fraud. I think you all of that. But at the same point in time, if you want to do a talk show, then go ahead and do a talk show. I mean, if Jackie Christie out here trying to do a talk show, then you can sit up here and try to do a talk show. But which talk show would I watch first? The Letitia Pearson show or the Jackie show? I think I would watch the Jackie show before I watch the Letitia Pearson show. I mean, that ain't no hate or nothing like that. But when you think about entertaining personalities and you think about Jackie or Letitia, you know, my money gonna always go on Letitia. Not Letitia. My money gonna always go on Jackie. Y'all already know that already. So we ain't even finna sit up here and act like we are confused by any of that. Okay. We're not gonna act like we confused, child. So yes. But go ahead. But go ahead and just do your thug thizzle and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like if that's what you want to do, then you go right ahead and do it, honey. One of my moderators, Gabby, just walked in, honey. And I need some of my other moderators that's already been here to inform her as to why we got the shades on today. And no, nobody black in my eye, as you can see. No one did that. That will never happen to me. But however, there's a reason why I got these out, child. So let her know in the comments. So we're introduced to Shantae. Now, Shantae is one of Letitia's best friends. I guess they both come from Pelahatchie. They are part of the Pelahatchie posse and things like that. And from what I've heard through the grapevine, that not only has Shantae been Letitia's friend for God knows how long, but Shantae is also someone that's here to be her damn voice of reason, someone to speak up for her, someone to do her dirty work. That's what I heard that Shantae is here for. You know, the same thing that they tried to say that Amanda was here for. Shantae is here for the exact reason from what I've heard in the streets. Okay. You know, in the streets of Jackson, they said that's what she's on this show for, is to clean up, you know, Letitia's dirty work or do the dirty work for, if you ask me. Okay. So that's what they were saying. Now, she's a cute girl. You know, I'm not going to give her nothing yet. I'm not going to just drag Shantae just because that's Letitia's friend. I ain't gonna do it like that. But the moment I see her do something that I feel like she need to get drugged for, y'all know I'm coming. You know I'm coming. You know I'm coming. You already know I'm coming. And it is what it is. Okay. So that's on period. Okay. Period. Point the fuck blank. Okay. So we find out who her first guest is going to be on this pilot. And the very first guest is none other than the other one that get on my nerves, Letitia Scott. So they get on there and they're talking about being women that were kept women by their husbands and how they didn't work and how their husbands gave them, you know, allowances and how people had to tell them, you know, your man giving you an allowance every month. I mean, that's cute, that's cool, but you need to put some of that money to the side because you never know what's gonna happen. And these days, you could be happy in a marriage, you could be happy in love, you could be happy in a relationship, and then you quit your job and you give up everything that you love for the sake of making this man feel like you're needed and he's needed and all this other stuff, and he wants to take care of you and every damn thing else. So he wants to sit you down. So you know what I'm saying? He could pay all the bills and shit. That's the type of time that they be on. But at the same time, for me, it's kind of like, you know, I've never wanted to be in that position. You know, because I dated a man that was much older than me, and he wanted to sit me down and not let me work and really take care of me when I was younger. And I never really liked that. Like, I didn't want to be taken care of because I've always been self-sufficient. I've always been independent. I'm always being for myself, and I never needed nobody to do anything for me. And if you listen to TLC, they got a song called I Can Depend on Myself on their very first album. And I need women like Letitia and Letitia Scott to listen to that song. I can depend on myself. I don't need anybody else to be on my back like that. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I don't. That's what people need to listen to. So I think that Letitia knows now how that goes, because she was once a woman that had an allowance, and when she chose to leave her husband, she ain't had no money. She ain't had no money. She ain't even had no money to buy a motherfucking hamburger with. So at the end of the day, she already knows what the fuck that's like, to sit up there and depend on a man for something. I mean, it got to be hard to depend on a man for your everywhere, for your all your well-being and every damn thing else. You depending on another human being to do something for you. That got to be tough. I mean, it's just like you reverting back to being a child again. And I just feel like at the end of the day, if for women, if you're able to do for yourself, I say do for yourself. I don't give a fuck how much money a man got. I don't give a fuck how much a man chooses to spend on you, do for you, all that other stuff. It really don't even matter. I don't really care about any of that. At the end of the day, if you can do for yourself, please do it, because having a man take care of you and making you quit your jobs and giving up on your dreams is the quickest way to put them in control of you and in your life. And I don't really want any woman to deal with no shit like that. I would never ever agree to any shit like that. And I would never want nobody to do any kind of shit like that, because you never know what can happen. A man can wake up and tell you that he don't want you. He could be all over you one night, and on Monday night, but by Tuesday morning, he could wake up and say, bitch, I don't want you no more. I want you to get your shit and get the fuck out. And not have a care in the world, because you don't have the money. He got the money. So you ain't got shit to fall back on. So it's always best to do for yourself and have your own. It's nothing wrong with having your own. So that's why when these women be walking around here with these kept ass lifestyles, I be like, okay, it's cute. It's cute right now. It's cute. It's cute on paper, but in real life, you know that it ain't cute. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So that's when Letitia starts saying that her and Glenn are having issues with Letitia elevating. Now, here's my thing. Once again, I don't like Letitia. Y'all know that. I'm always dragging Letitia at the end of the day. But my thing is this right here. I'm never gonna understand why any man would be feeling any way about his woman elevating. I would never understand why any man would feel any kind of way about a woman elevating. Why is that a threat to you? And why is that an issue for you that your woman is on the verge of elevating? Like, I don't see why that's an issue, and I don't understand why that is a damn problem. You feel what I'm saying? Letitia coming on this show, Letitia putting this show together and shit. That's a part of her elevation. That's a part of her creating her own foundation and creating her own identity outside of Glenn. Because I can only imagine for all them years wearing them bad wigs, cooking all them greens out of cans and shit every damn night with the pork chops and Piggly Wiggly. I can understand that was her identity. She didn't have no identity as Letitia Pearson, the reality star, the brunch thrower, or whatever the fuck her title is. She didn't have that. Back then, she was just Glenn's wife, the mother of Glenn's child, his cook, his cleaner, headed to the laundromat type of woman. That's just what that was for him, for her. That was her title, and she didn't have anything else to go with that. So it is what it is. So I I feel like her elevating should never be a threat to her own husband. But when you got a husband like Glenn that is very much so controlling and very narcissistic and wants everything to go his way, he ain't gonna never want his woman to, grow the fuck up and get her own. So Letitia, keep elevating. You can't say I didn't say nothing nice about you. Moving on to Marie. Now, hold on, y'all. Now, Marie is at the office. Marie is at the office. And when she walks into the office, she got her Missy Elliott, her finger waves in her head. That's the thing that she's known for, is the Missy Elliott super duper fly finger waves. And she walks into there, and we see that her daughter Zuri is up in there. Zuri looks just like Marie. She looks just like Miss Marie. She looks just like Marie Monroe. Okay, that's who the fuck she looks like. So she goes in there. And we noticed that Marie says that Zuri helps Marie out at the office, like with files and stuff like that. Like she's basically like her little helper and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that shit is boring as hell as a child. It is. I know that shit is boring as a motherfucker as a child, because when my mama used to have me on her mail routes when I didn't go to school one day, like one day I didn't go to school, and she had me on her mail routes when she was a mail carrier. That shit was boring, and it was hot as fuck outside, and I just wasn't having fun with it. And it was long. That was a long ass route, but whatever. But she was saying that Marie asked Zuri about what was going on with her the other day, because I think she was frustrated with her dad. And she said she said her daddy didn't call. He just popped up on her and she didn't know what was going on. And so Marie says, okay, let me explain something to you. I need to explain to you what was going on between you and your daddy. You need to know what was going on between me and your daddy. Now, what was going on with me and your daddy is, your daddy said that he want his family back. Now, that's what your daddy said. Now, your daddy said that he want his family back, and I chose to give up my white ass man who gave up his relationship, and I chose to get back with your high booty ass daddy, baby, because he said he wanted his family back, and I was in a place to where I wanted my family back as well, because at the end of the day, your daddy is going to always be a part of my story, because he's the father of my child, so he going to always be a part of my story. So when I say that he going to always be a part of my story, he going to always be a part of my story on this show. And I knew that I needed his high booty, tomato booty ass to be on this show, because I needed him to be here on this motherfucking show so we can get a check. So at the end of the day, I needed him and I wanted him to want his family back, because those are the things that he told me. So I let him back in the house, I let him back in my life, and I let him back in my bedroom that you know me to have, okay? And it just didn't work out. And now he's back with his ex-girlfriend at this particular point, Missouri, and it's over with. So all of those hopes and dreams that he had to get his family back and all that other stuff is just not going to work now. So it's no longer a mama and daddy situation. It's just a mama and a baby daddy situation, Zuri. And I'm really hoping and praying that you can understand what I'm saying, and that you have the mental capacity to digest all of the bullshit that I'm feeding you, because we already knew that this was just a storyline for the show. So hopefully you understand that and understand what I'm saying, Zuri. That's basically what she was saying. And Zuri just sitting there like, okay. Like, was it just me though? Was it just me? Or Zuri just sitting there looking at her like, oh, okay. Like, okay. That's how she was looking. That's how she was looking at Marie the whole time. Like, okay, girl, like that's what we doing. Okay, girl, like, okay, whatever. That's cool. Do what you do. All right. Yeah. All right. That's what it was given. So I'm just like, yeah. And I'm just like, Marie, why you have to tell her all that? You know what I mean? Like, did she have to did you have to tell her every aspect of what happened? But I don't know how old Zuri is. And at the end of the day, it ain't no telling what else Zuri has seen growing up with Marie and growing up with Lola and I'm addicted to drugs and all this other shit. I don't know what all Zuri has seen already in her lifetime, but Marie just gave her the real. And I don't really think I could be mad at her for just giving her the real, to be quite honest. But Zuri said that she feel like her daddy is being selfish, and he kind of is being selfish at the end of the day, like he being completely selfish in this whole little situation, and that's just that. So I don't know, but we already knew. Like I told y'all before. First of all, I never, ever, 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 ever once believed this whole storyline that she had going on with Cedric and Martin in the first place, because I ain't think she wanted and one of them. I just think that she know that she ain't had no drama and she ain't really been no big part of this show for a while now, and she knows she needed somebody. Okay, she knew she needed something or someone to get it popping, and that's exactly what she did, and she still didn't get it popping. Marie ain't got it popping since season 3. If we're gonna be for real, season 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying? The last time she got it popping was when she was all up in timber business, and when she got backlash for that, she decided to mind her own business, and now it ain't working for her. But Marie, do your thug thizzle, girl. Do your thug thizzle, okay? So we're gonna move on to the next part, and this is Whitley Gilbert, aka Carrie Paul. Now I'm look, y'all know I'm not no big fan of Carrie Paul. Y'all know I don't give a damn about Carrie Paul like that, but I'm gonna give her ass a shot, okay? So she's looking for spaces in Jackson for her birthday party, and she said that at this point in time, she's been spending more time in Jackson versus being on the coast. And I'm looking at the TV like, well, duh. We know you've been spending more time in Jackson, girl. You got to go to Jackson to film the motherfucking show. Of course, you've been spending a lot of time in Jackson. Of course, you have. Of course, you have, instead of being by the water. You have been up there in Jackson because you got to film the show. That ain't nothing new. So she's saying that she want to do a party here in Jackson where she wants to invite like the Bells and a lot of her other Jackson friends and stuff like that. And so I think Matt had asked her, was she, pretty much inviting all of the Bells, and she was like, yeah, pretty much, we're gonna invite all of the Bells. And so it was one of them situations where she was like, I feel like this Latrice and Letitia beef is putting me in the middle, and it's kind of making me feel like I gotta pick a side in the situation. It's so hard to be in this group and they're beefing. I don't see why the hell not. It ain't your place to pick a side. You barely know Letitia and you barely know Latrice. You just got in this group. So I feel that you should play the part of bringing the girls together instead of feeling like you got to pick a side. But in my opinion, you already did that, and the side that you chose to pick was Letitia's, and that's just the truth. And I'm gonna tell you just like this: it was somebody in the comments earlier this week when I commented and I said that I was team Latrice all the way. They want to sit up here and give me all of this fever about me not liking Letitia, and why would I like Latrice when Latrice betrayed a friend and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, girl, why would you be friends with Letitia when she done dogged out all of her friends on that show? That's all I'm saying. So it is what it is, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I think and feel about this whole situation. But whatever, child. So she says that she opened another location. She opened up a Brick and Spoon location in Mobile, and it's not doing well. And she feels like it's due to the economy. Now, listen, there's a lot of restaurants are closing around here. I know there's one restaurant in Atlanta that closed down that me and Jamar and Carlin Tramiel love to go to, and that was Taco Mac. That's like in Midtown somewhere. And we love to go to Taco Mac. Like that was our go-to for anything. If I said, hey boys, let's go to lunch, we already knew we were going to either Taco Mac or we were going to go down there to Hudson Grill. We love either one of them places. But Taco Mac was my motherfucking place. I used to love they salads and they wings. I used to love to give me some wings and shit, or give me like a plate of chicken and mashed potatoes and get me a little salad on the side. Ooh, that salad was so motherfucking good. Why they have to take away Taco Mac? Taco Mac was my shit. Okay. But anyway, but I want to know how long Brick and Spoon has been open though. That's all I want to know. It's how long they've been open, because if they haven't been open for a long time, then that could be the reason as to why it's not doing well right now. But I don't know. But I want to know what they, just like Trey Carter said, I wonder what they serve at the Brick and Spoon. I need to know what they serve. And I need to know if the food is worth the damn. That's what I want to know. Don't y'all want to know? Because I do. I need to know. Is the food worth a damn at the Brick and Spoon? Okay. Um, and she was basically telling her husband that she don't want to be taking all of the slack by herself, because in so many words, she has been taking a lot of the slack by herself. And that's not what she wants to do at this moment. And in my world and in my eyes, it sounds like she wants her husband to be there to take some slack with her and all of that other shit. So I don't know. We gonna see. But that's just the basis of it. Now I want to get into Carrie. I do want to get into Carrie. I want to give Carrie a chance. I want to give Carrie a shot. I do want to get into her. I want to get into Carrie so bad. But Carrie gets on my motherfucking nerves. Okay. She get on my goddamn nerves. She want to be Whitley Gilbert so bad. And I don't need for her to be Whitley Gilbert. And I know I want to be Gangsta Boo's nephew so bad. But that's besides the point. Y'all don't hear me screaming that to the top of my lungs. Okay. But I'm just saying. We can move on. No, Mobile isn't the only location she has. That's just another location of hers. I think her other two restaurants are just on the Mississippi coast. Let me see. What's the next one? So we get into Letitia and Glenn once again. They go to see Mr. Steve. Now, Mr. Steve is like a godfather to Mr. Glenn. Not Mr. Glenn, to Glenn. And he's like their counsel or whatnot. He's always there to give them some marital advice, some marital outlooks, marital anything. He just tries to be there for them, right? So Glenn called this meeting so him and Letitia can really get on the right track at this particular point, because right now, let's be real, they're not on the right track. They're not on a good note right now. They're just really not at this point, and it's really and it sucks and it's sad that they are not. But then again, it doesn't suck and it's not sad, because when are they ever on the same page? And when is everything ever good between the two of them? It's never really good. So who am I fooling, and what am I even talking about? So Letitia comes in and it's automatically awkward, because again, they really ain't been on the good note. From what she stated was her and Glenn were standing in solidarity at the reunion, but once the reunion was over, they was right back to where right back to where they just came from. So he says 1 minute is kind of like, we be on this note, we be on that note, we be doing this, we be doing that. And then the next thing you know, Miss Independent shows up. Now, when he said Miss Independent shows up, I was completely like thrown off by that, because I'm like, so her independence is really bothering you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, her independence is something that you just really can't handle. And I think we already knew that shit already. Like, I think that's something that we knew, but just listening to him say it in such disdain, Miss Independent shows up. Miss Independent shows up. And I'm just like, yeah, she gonna show up. She need to show up, nigga. The fuck you mean Miss Independent shows up? Like, what we talking about here? She needs to show up. She got every right to show up. Miss Dependent has been showing up for many years and that ain't did nothing for her. She want to be independent. She want to carve out her own lane. And you want to, and everything that you were saying in this meeting did not make any fucking sense at all. Letitia wants to have her own identity. Why not allow this bitch? Why not allow this girl to have her own fucking identity? Like, I don't understand why is that an issue for you. I don't understand why that's a motherfucking problem for you. Let her do her and let her have that. Like, he don't understand that she can be successful by herself and still love him. But you don't want that. You don't want her to love herself, because if she love herself too much, that means that she's not gonna need you for a motherfucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, where's the men like Neo and Jamie Foxx? You love her cause she got her own. They don't need mine, just to leave mine alone. There ain't nothing that's more sexy. A girl that, no, a woman that don't want, no, a woman that want but don't need me. However it went. Like, it's cool, I got it. I got it. I got it. Like, what, like, where, like, they made a whole song about they love her because she got her own. So what is the problem with her having her own? And then you want to sit up here and say, well, I'm a traditional man. I'm a traditional man. Okay, so this is what you mean by you are a traditional man, right? You're the type of traditional man that used to do the same shit that Granny and Pappy used to do in the 50s. And I'm probably gonna make some people mad about this shit that I'm finna say, but I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, because I'm sick of everybody always saying grandmama and granddaddy stayed married for 50 years and all this other stuff. Okay, so let's talk about it then. You a traditional man in the sense of, I'm gonna pay all the bills, I'm gonna sit you down, I'm gonna give you an allowance, and I'm gonna tell you how to spend your money, and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And while you sitting at home cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids all day, and I'm out working and getting that money, I'm gonna go and fuck another woman, possibly get her pregnant behind your back, have a whole nother family on the other side of town while I'm taking care of the house, while you sit at home taking care of the house, while you doing this, while you doing that. You feel what I'm saying? That is the type of tradition that you're used to. You want that type of tradition, because that's the shit that people don't want to talk about. They want to talk about old school love and shit like that. Ain't no. Old school love was toxic as a motherfucker. Granddaddy and grandmama was together for about 50 years, of course, absolutely. But grandmama and granddaddy had, their life was not no crystal stair. He was probably beating her ass while working all them jobs and keeping the money in the house while she was at home, cleaning up and cooking all the meals for them kids and shit, while beating her ass and going across the street, going across town to the next woman, fucking her down, and probably giving her some money too and getting her pregnant. And then he got a child out there that don't nobody want to have nothing to do with because he stepped out of his marriage. That's the type of shit that you want. That's the type of shit you want, and you would be happy if it was that way. And my thing with Glenn is, we could say that a lot of this is Letitia's fault because she decided to stick around and be in a relationship. And I'ma say it like this: at the end of the fucking day, I'm never going, like, we have all been in relationships where we knew it wasn't right for us, and it took us some time to get the fuck out of them. I get that, and I totally understand it 100%. But at the end of the day, we can sit up here and blame her for it because she chose to stay. But Glenn also needs to take some fucking accountability and know that the reason why that girl is moving the way that she is because of the way you've treated her in the past. You've been fucking and licking on all these different women for all these years of your marriage. Even had a baby somewhere out there. That you even had a fucking baby scare and shit like that back then. But my thing is this right here: you can't expect for her to be the same bitch that you married when you changed her by constantly doing the same shit that you've been doing for years. What the fuck are you talking about? You want her to be that same bitch, but she's never gonna be that same bitch because of the shit that you did. So maybe that same person that you're looking for and that you want, you got to understand that that person died a long time ago and they've grown. And the problem is that you have not grown because you're the same nigga. And sometimes being the same nigga is a good thing. But in your case, being the same nigga ain't a good thing. And that is the thing that you don't realize. You are the reason why she's moving the way that she's moving. You cheated on her in the past and she tried to leave your ass and she didn't have number $2 to her name. Bitch couldn't buy a motherfucking Big Mac. So what? And when you know that Letitia like Big Macs. So my thing about this is, of course she gonna move differently. Of course she wants her own. She don't want to depend on you because she already know that there's going to be a time where you step out and she's gonna step the fuck back in the house and leave your ass outside by yourself. Maybe. I don't know. You know how she is. But there's going to be a moment where you're going to step out of this marriage again and you're going to do some foul ass shit again. And it may be some foul ass shit that y'all will never be able to recover from. She already know that, and that's why she's trying to prepare herself for that. Get mad at yourself for doing the shit that you doing. Or the shit that she's doing, however you want to put it. Be mad about it. Be mad at your own shit. And here I go, defending Letitia. Here I go. Ugh, girl, I can't stand Glenn. But Letitia needs to know that this is what I'm going to say, because I was finna move on from this. But the moment that Glenn said that he don't think that it's possible for her to love herself and love him unconditionally, she should have known what she had right then and there. The moment he said that. That man does not want you to love yourself. That man does not want you to need yourself. He wants you to only need him. And that's it, and that's all. And that's not right. The moment he said you got to make a choice, you should have chose yourself right then and there and said, this ain't going to work for me. Because if I can't love myself, how the fuck am I going to love you? Have you ever listened to Mary J. Blige? How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? Sing. Moving on, child. Moving on. So, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Bando ass. So next thing, we get into Latrice. So they have a staff meeting. They under new management, they said that things have been going better with Taste now that they have, taken all the bad apples out of Destiny's Child, and all the bad seeds are now out of Destiny's Child, and now they got what they need and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So they are happy with the staff that they got, but they just still got a little bit of kinks to really, weave around and stuff like that. And with every little thing and with everything that happens, you always have to make sure that your business runs the way that it needs to. It's the same way. My YouTube channel is a business. So that's why I choose the moderators that I choose. And that is the reason why I took away some wrenches a long time ago, because everybody wasn't active, and I had to keep the ones that I know are active and the ones that's going to protect my platform. So you have to make sure that your management is good for your business. And I feel like I can trust Payne. I feel like I can trust Norris. I feel like I can trust Catherine. I feel like I can trust Feisty and Harold and Tracy and Kimmy and Aaliyah and Sharice and Ebony and Kendra. It's so many of them. Morgan and Parker Boy, all these different people, Patches, all these different moderators I got, because I got a whole heap of them, and it's gonna take me all day to remember everybody's name. But y'all get my drill. I have a good team of moderators here that's gonna hold this page down, because I have to focus on giving y'all a show. So there's some things that I can't pay attention to. So if I look in the comments and see some bullshit, and that's gonna take me away from what I'm trying to do for y'all. So at the end of the day, yeah, you got to make sure you got the right team behind you. So they talk about Carrie's party, and you too, Gabby. I just made you a moderator not too long ago, so I have to remember. But so they're talking about Carrie's party, and Latrice is not really that excited about going, because she really don't want to be around like the group right now, mainly Letitia. And Cliff says that Letitia and Latrice's issue affected his relationship with Glenn, which is true. I mean, at the end of the day, Cliff got to be on the side of Latrice. Glenn got to be on the side of Letitia. So it was a no-brainer that they had to kind of separate, and they really just couldn't be homies like that, like talking about, because of the fact that, they wives ain't fucking with each other. And Cliff was like, I understand how you may feel about Letitia, but I think you may need to put your big girl drawers on and have a conversation with Letitia. And Latrice says that I'm not talking to Letitia. And to be honest, I'm sorry. Y'all can sit up here and say that I'm just up Latrice's ass all the fuck you want to, but a dog get tired of getting kicked. And at the end of the day, she been them girls punching bags since we got on this show. And I get it. Latrice ain't perfect. I get it. Sometimes Latrice starts shit too. But at the end of the motherfucking day, Letitia is full of shit. She's full of shit, and I'm sick of them. I'm sick of it. She don't need to be friends with Letitia no more. She don't need to be friends with Letitia no motherfucking more. In the least, she don't need to be friends with that girl. She don't need to be friends with her at all. She don't, because Letitia has shown her time and time again that she's not her fucking friend. She has shown her time and time again. And the way that she set up here with this whole little situation with Glenn, and how she really set up here and pointed the finger at Latrice and Latrice only, was a bit much for me, and I don't respect it. She don't need to be friends with Letitia, and she damn sure don't need to be cool with Marie either, because Marie is her do girl. So that's just it. So she don't need to be friends with Letitia. Why is it that she always gotta turn her neck around and break her neck to be cool with these girls when they don't do it for her, when all they ever do is find a reason to go after her? I don't want to be cool with these hoes either, to be quite honest. Fuck them. Tell Letitia I don't want to fuck with you. Tell Letitia you ain't my friend. Tell Letitia I'm over your ass. And that's just the truth of the matter. I don't want to be friends with them either. And I really feel like Cliff only wants her to be cool with Letitia because he wants his friendship with Glenn back. And that's just the truth of the matter. And it's okay that you want to be friends with Cliff. I mean, with Glenn and shit like that. And to be honest, I'm with Payne. I'll even go ahead and just go on and say it. I might be in a minority, but I like Cliff and Glendale friendship until they fail to hold each other accountable. I do think that they had like a real friendship. I do feel like they have had a real friendship, but at the same time, I just feel like, and there may be some moments where they can mend it, but it's over with for Letitia and Latrice. It's over with for them. There's no going back to that. And Letitia, just like Harold just said, she has double-crossed people in this group time and time again. Should I go down the list again? I feel like I have to go down the list every damn Belle collective video. Who was the first person she snaked? Akeisha. Tambra, Latrice, them three people right there. She snaked. Antoinette was actually the first person she snaked. Actually, she snaked most of the women on the cast. But there's Letitia Pearson defenders that want to sit up here and act like she's such this victim, and she's not. I don't see no victim in her. It's really fuck her, to be honest. She's no one's victim at all. So I don't need nobody trying to tell me that she is. Latrice can really not be friends with that girl, and I'll be absolutely okay with that. Like, for real. Like, Letitia ain't never been no sisterhood to nobody. The way she tried to preach it, she ain't never been no sisterhood to nobody. And I'm gonna need for her to stop acting like she is a sisterhood to somebody with the shit that she finna pull this season, fucking with people, sending people to do her dirty work, and I. Okay. Let's be cool. I'm gonna be. Yeah, Latrice and Selena are cool. Yes, they still friends. Latrice reveals that she had a scare with blood clots. She was in the hospital for 4 days, and she had to have emergency surgery, and she could have died. And the thing is, people don't know how serious blood clots actually are, because I didn't even know how serious it was. And that's one of the things that Jamar, Bando, and Tramel be trying to put on me, is to go to the doctor, because I hate going to the doctor. That's one thing I hate doing. I do not like going to the doctor. The dentist, I could go to the dentist all day. but I cannot stand going to the doctor. I hate going to the doctor. God, I don't like going to the doctor because every time I go to the doctor, I feel like I'm gonna find some bullshit wrong with me. Like it's gonna be some dumb shit wrong with me. Like you know what I mean? But yeah, but you blood clots are very serious, and you got to make sure you do what you need to do with that situation. So I'm glad that Latrice is still here, and it does seem like it does seem as though Cliff was very concerned about her well-being. Hey Tashika, I was supposed to be down there this weekend, child, but some shit happened and we weren't able to come. But we're gonna try to come there in May. Hopefully I see you when I come home. But that's it for Latrice and Cliff. So we're gonna move on to Letitia and Marie. Now it opens up with Letitia and her friend Shantae. They look for colors to wear for Carrie's birthday party. And I'm guessing it's like a 90s theme party. And Letitia says that she's going to invite Shantae to the party too. So this was a last minute plus one type of situation with Letitia and Shantae child. So as they're looking for colors to wear, Marie arrives, and then that's when they discuss the party. And well, no, before they start discussing the party, that's when Shantae gets up to leave and stuff like that. Like Shantae gets up and leave, and she leaves Marie and Letitia to talk. And then they was like, well, we'll see you at the party tonight and all this other shit. So I'm guessing Letitia and Marie are riding together. That's why Marie brought her clothes over there with her. So they discussed the party, and Marie was like, well, how do you feel about, being around the Bells again? Like, are you excited about being around the Bells again and all that? And Marie was like, well, no, Letitia was like, well, no, not really. Like, I'm not really ready for that energy yet. And then Marie was like, well, have you and Latrice talked since the reunion? And Letitia was like, nah, we haven't talked. And then the issues with her and Glenn, she says they're really draining her. She really don't know how to move at this point. She don't really know if she still want to be married or not. And it's like, it's one of those things where she wishes, it's like she don't know if she knows that she needs to move forward, but she just thought that things would be better by now. Okay, I'll let you have that, Letitia. I'll let you have that. I'm not even going to go in on you. Marie says that Cedric was lying to her this entire time. He never stopped talking to his ex-girlfriend. He was never not fucking with her, never not in a relationship with her. She found text messages, she found DMs, she found emails, she found a lot of stuff in his phone that really suggested that they were back in the saddle and they never stopped being in it. And the thing is, Marie is tired and she's over the bullshit. And I don't really blame her for being tired and being over the motherfucking bullshit. So it's just like, she feels like he used her. And Marie, duh, of course he used you. We said that he used you, girl. Like, what we talking about? Literally said that he was using your ass. We said that now. Definitely. We said that. We said it. We said that he was using you. We said all of those things. Definitely. I don't see how you couldn't see it. And I don't see how you didn't know what was going on here. I don't know. Your man was way too busy trying to be a bad bitch with a big ass. Big ass giving whiplash and all this other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, but girl, I could have told you that he was using you, girl. Like I didn't think that Cedric was sincere. I didn't even think this whole relationship with you and Cedric was sincere. And I don't really know if you really hurt over this shit for real, to be quite honest. Like, I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, at the end of the day, Marie, move on. Cedric is not the one for you. Like, there's a man out there waiting for you, and there's a man probably somewhere waiting for Cedric. Just know that y'all both need to find the men that y'all deserve at this point in time. Because we don't need you looking like a fool. You way too smart and educated to look like a motherfucking fool. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is, though. But I guess you really love Cedric then, because you let the rich man be for his broke ass. So but there's a man out there for everybody. for you and Cedric. But moving on, let's get into Carrie's party, okay? So we get into Selena, child, and Selena was basically saying that, you know, she just been spending time with her family, being a grandma, being there for her daughters, and not to mention she's getting married to Mike, and she's very, very happy, and they're planning this wedding, and it's a whole lot of stress, a whole lot of shit going on, for the sake of, you know, this wedding planning that they doing. But, you know, she's happy. Tamara was like, well, you know, I'm always busy. It's never anything. It's never the moment with Tamara Cherie. I'm always busy. I'm always in the community, always doing things. I'm always on Hot 97 every midday, the #1 midday show that's out there. And I'm always giving you the tea and the music and everything else. I'm out here hosting. I'm out here doing so many different appearances. I'm always so busy. And London Simone is amazing. And London Simone has an attitude, and I don't know where she gets it from. But at the end of the day, she probably get it from my daddy, who we barely ever see. But I know y'all want to see him. But you know, that's all I really got going on. Although the Bells and everybody that watch the show, they think that I should not be here. But I am the only one with some legitimacy, so I am going to be here. So that is what I have going on. Me, Tamara Cherie, that's what I got going on. Okay, so that was them. So Latrice arrives and everything is giving 90s vibes, y'all. And Letitia and Marie arrived together, and I just turned my nose up because I'd rather see Marie and not Letitia. I don't want to see her. Yeah, but the vibes are off with Letitia and Glenn. Okay, like the vibes are completely off. You know, it's like it's a little division between the two of them. It's like, you know, y'all, I am so funny. They are looking like the Crips and the Bloods. They don't want to speak to each other. They really don't want to well, Glenn wants to speak to Letitia, but Letitia really don't want to speak to Glenn. She really don't want to talk to Glenn at all. Like she just don't want to do that right now. So she's not really giving him much. But to be honest, I wouldn't want to give him much either after that whole little sit down with Mr. Steve. I wouldn't want to give him much either because he just showed her how much of a narcissist ass bitch ass nigga he really is. Because for him to tell her that she need to pick and make a decision about loving herself and loving him is fucking crazy. So I can't love you, but I can't love myself, but I got to love you. Get your bitch ass on, baby. Like, don't nobody got time for that. So after that awkward ass shit with Letitia and Glenn, that's when Cliff and Glenn, they go over there and talk, and they sitting over there having a little conversation and stuff like that. And then that is when they were basically saying the same thing, that they haven't been able to communicate or really have a conversation about nothing because their wives are not talking. So they're just saying, and he said that, you know, Glenn was basically saying, but Cliff, I considered you as family though. Like you was like my family. So at the end of the day, you know, I just felt a kind of way about what happened at your house. And Cliff said, I considered you family too. But what happened at my house, that was beyond my damn control. That didn't have nothing to do with me. And to be honest, it really did not have anything to do with Cliff at all. That happened, but it didn't have anything to do with Cliff. That was at his house, true, but it still did not have anything to do with Cliff. So I don't understand why you're trying so hard to sit up here and try to make this a Cliff thing. And the entire time I'm sitting up here watching you trying to make this a Cliff thing, this is all I was doing. Like, please get the fuck out of my face with the bullshit. Like, get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit. That is not Cliff's fault. Stop trying to make this shit Cliff's fault. You can't take accountability for your own shit. You just cannot take any accountability for your own bullshit at all. And Latrice came over there and said, let me holler at you. When I tell you I was so tickled when Latrice came over there and interrupted that motherfucking conversation. I was so tickled when she came over there and interrupted that conversation. It was crazy. And then Glenn was like, see, we can't even have a conversation. And then that's when he went over there and told Letitia that, you know, Latrice came over there and interrupted the conversation and stuff like that. And she was just looking. And then that's when Marie was in there. And that is when Carrie asked her about Cedric. And Marie don't want to talk about Cedric. But then Carrie was like, girl, please, you lying. You and you and Cedric still together? Marie did not want to talk about that. And all I gotta say is this, Carrie, if Marie is saying that she don't want to talk about this relationship of hers with Cedric, if she don't want to talk about that shit right now, she don't want to talk about that shit right now. She don't want to talk about this shit right now. She ain't got to talk about this shit right now. That's her personal business. That's her personal business. The fuck she talking about it for? With you. Y'all halfway don't like each other. Like, she want to talk about it with women that's giving this to her.
A state of love, bonding, trust, real friendship.
She rather discuss it with women like that. Now, I don't know if you're going to find that in this group of bells. I'm not really sure about that. But that's who she want to discuss it with. Okay. Now, they start doing poems and things like that. And, you know what I'm saying? I think Mike did a nice poem for Selena. But then when Glenn did his poem for Letitia left Glenn feeling embarrassed. She could even tell that man that she loved him. I was like, oh, well, we are almost at the end of the road. Okay, like it's something going on, baby. It is something. It's something going on. That is crazy. Okay, and Glenn was embarrassed as the fuck. Okay, I don't know that number. Glenn was embarrassed as hell. Definitely motherfucking embarrassed. Definitely embarrassed. He should be embarrassed. He should be embarrassed. You been embarrassing her, so you should be motherfucking embarrassed if you ask me. I'm just saying. The fuck? So, you know, but however, whatever, however, whenever. This was a pretty good opening. It's a good opening episode. You know, it's a whole lot of drama this season. I'm very much so looking forward to the drama this season. It's a whole lot going on from what I've been told. We got a long season ahead of us. We got more than 8 to 10 episodes and shit. Carlos already confirmed that. So y'all ain't got to worry about that. You know, that was the main thing that I was kind of bothered by was the episode length and shit like that. That was the main thing that I was more so worried about. But other than that, that's it, that's all. But it was a good episode, and the extended trailer lets me know that it's going to be a good season. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review and everything else under the sun that comes along with it. Now, as I told y'all at the very beginning of this live, for those of the people want to know why I had shades on, these are hater blockers, okay? And I'm just saying, don't send me no more goofy shit, because I don't give a fuck. Don't send it to me. I don't care to see it. That's why a lot of that shit is muted for me, so I won't see it, okay? So don't send me no bullshit, no goofy ass shit, negative ass shit that's built to make me crash the fuck out for other people's entertainment. Don't send it to me, okay? Love y'all to pieces, but don't send me none of that bullshit. But we good over here. I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the live tonight. And we back in full force for Belle Collective. We got more reviews to do. We got Potomac on Sunday. We got Love and Hip Hop Atlanta on Tuesday. We got the Chasing Panel on Wednesday. And we're still trying to figure out, me, T, and JoJo are trying to figure out when we're going to do Roast and Review, because the Chasing Panel is on Wednesday because of the Chasing Atlanta coming on Wednesday. So we're trying to figure out what day are we going to do Roast and Review. But once we should be having a day figured out by Sunday, okay? We should figure out the day by Sunday and the time. So that's it. That's all. Love you guys to pieces. We out of here. Until next time. Bye. That 20, yeah, you
you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You done found one, yeah, you done found one. You done found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catching face shots, fire catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact, the bitch, I'm the reason. When it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Where had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up. Don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho. Don't ever, ever, ever play us. This the real hustle. We make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit. Talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast. Fucking with the best. Get money on the east. Plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north. But we run it south. Bitch, we outside. What you talking about? Who the fuck is me? Know who the fuck